So in today's lesson, we will be learning about the biomes, and the first biome we will be learning about is the tundra biome today. And this is the biome that we see is very cold throughout all seasons. In the winter, can get very cold, almost to uninhabitable for humans in the winter. In summer, we can see it warm up, but still be very cold. And so, with it being so very cold at all time of the year, the vegetation here is scarce. There's very little amount of trees, almost no trees at all. This will always call, and this also we see short grasses and shrubs and mosses, which means the grasses here don't grow very well in the short winter months because it's so cold it can't strive and grow. The animals here are the polar bears, penguins, Arctic foxes. There are many types of birds that live here also, but these are the animals that have adapted over years to withstand the very cold weathers of the winter months, that they can survive and still be able to hunt and feed in those cold months. That's why we see the polar bears with the long hair able to survive in the winter months. And the next slide we have is a picture of the winter months. We can see that snow covers almost all of it. The grasses are all here dead, and the mosses are all dead. The shrubs are all dead. So in the winter months, it's very cold, and it's so hard for anything to grow here. So that's why you need to have the animals that can feed off other animals, because as you can see, the vegetation here is almost gone. In the summer months, you can see that a lot of the snow's gone, but it's still not very warm here. That's why the grasses stay short, the mosses start to grow. You see no trees because it's still cold, that only grass and mosses are able to survive. And you can see it's starting to turn green. This is the summer months where it can get up to 30 degrees, a little over freezing temperature here. And that's why you see the grasses grow, because it can survive in the summer months. But when the winter months come around, these will all be back to snow covered and no vegetation at all. And as you can see, the average temperature in the winter months is negative 28 degrees Celsius. And it can very well reach negative 50 degrees Celsius, which is very cold. And in the summer months, it averages out to about 12 degrees Celsius. And the low in the summer months can be 3 degrees Celsius, which is negative degrees Fahrenheit and very cold for summer. In summer, you can see the top layer of ground melts and leaves ground very soggy. So in the summer months, it feels like you're walking on mud, because it melts and the water there just stays there and leaves the ground very muggy, soggy, and it feels like you're pretty much walking on sand, quicksand mud. The weather here, again, as we talk, it's very cold through all season, and it's very windy. Wind can be very harsh and cause a dramatic cool down. So with on top of it already being cold, the wind makes it so much cooler. And that's why, it's very hard to live there and breathe in. And there's not much rain here. It's all, snow. And there's only about 15 to 25 centimeters of rain a year in the tundra biome. So not very much rain. It's all going to be snow. Not much rain at all. And as you can see, it's also very windy, that can cause the temperatures to continue to drop very well below the negative Fahrenheit degrees. And an issue that is hurting our tundra biomes is global warming, in which, today our president doesn't think of global warming as a big issue, but it is a humongous issue that we need to continue to study. And global warming causes permafrost to melt, and it affects all sorts of species there. It can cause the tundra to lose both plants and animals. And as global warming continues to hit the tundra's biome, we see many species have to adapt on the spot, and it's very hard because they cannot do that. So global warming is a huge issue that everyone in the world needs to work on together to find a way to fix it and help it, because if we don't, in the near future, we could see the tundra biome become very affected by global warming, and it could hurt it can hurt us very, very well. And the last slide we're going to look here is the animals that we talked about early in the slide, and it's you see at the bottom picture, it's the polar bear on the sheet of ice, and that's a healthy polar bear. And as you can see on the internet, there's pictures of not so healthy polar bears living there anymore because of global warming, not having the fish. And that is on the top left picture is a picture of an elk caribou that lives there, and that's during the summer months. And as you can see, it's got a very well variety of food and plantation for it to eat on. And the top right picture is a beautiful Arctic fox, one of the prettiest foxes in the world. It's so pretty. And that today covers our lesson on the tundra biome.